Thank you, Noreen. Thank you very much. Congratulations again to the fellows from Singapore and Malaysia for this fantastic opportunity to pull the fellows and friends of Eisenhower Fellowships together for a topic which is of seminal importance. As I have met fellows over the last number of years, I've heard this concept of cities as the building blocks of the future for somebody who served in a national government. And maybe it's good, because if you've been watching what's been going on in Washington, cities may be much more effective at dealing with the issues of today than some other people. But in any event, thank you. And if you see me a little distracted, it's because I have been instructed that in my 65th year, I am supposed to learn to be socially networked. And so occasionally I'm going to try and tweet what's going on. So we've already got Suhoon opening this up. It's out there for the world, Suhoon. This is my umpteenth visit to Singapore in the course of my diplomatic and Eisenhower Fellowships careers. And of course, I had a chance to live in Malaysia from 1992 to 1995. So it's a part of the world that I feel I know a little bit about, but I don't know a lot, but I know I love it a lot. And David and Ping, last night's dinner over crab in a shop house downtown reminds me why this is always a favorite part of the world that I love to return to. And every time I return, even if it's only for a few months, I see the dramatic impact that comes with dynamic and visionary entrepreneurship. So I look forward to hearing from our distinguished speakers not only their insights into how progress was made, but clues where the path goes from here, and how individuals and organizations and governments can realize the opportunities and master the challenges that the future will bring. Now, one of the hallmarks of a successful Eisenhower Fellowships conference always has been the informal discussion that takes place around the conference. And I look forward to discussing with fellows and anybody else who will listen to me philosophize about how your Eisenhower Fellowship experience is evolving, the nature of the nomination process. Dr. Kissinger, who was our chairman previously, used to say that if you find good fellows, the rest is easy. Right, Dr. Kissinger? We still have to work, but the nomination process is key, but then your programs, and most importantly, I think, the alumni networking. I'm delighted that I'm joined here by several members of the Board of Trustees, Derek Chilvers, Alfonso Vergara, Kimball Chen. Also like to thank my colleague Aaron Hillman, who's taken on the leadership of many of the new initiatives that we have and are rolling out. So 2 months ago, I wrote to alumni that I will step aside next summer as the president of Eisenhower Fellowships, and I listed a number of milestones that we have accomplished, I believe, during the last 9 years, including working hard to emphasize the lifelong nature of fellowships, to inculcate in every fellow an understanding of the opportunities and the responsibilities that come with an Eisenhower Fellowship. Among the advances that I mentioned were the establishing and deepening of alumni associations, the alumni council, the increased tempo of regional activities like this today, and meetings that are taking place all over the world. I mentioned last night, I came from Taipei yesterday, where they celebrated the Eisenhower Day of Fellowship on the 14th. I'm here this weekend, and I'm on to Delhi for their celebration on Monday. And then I have to go back, change my suitcase, and go to Buenos Aires to celebrate theirs the week following. So we have an increased tempo of regional activities, expansion of opportunities for women within the global fellowship network, and redefining our focus on outcomes. And I said as well that there's still work to do, including our continuing efforts to find the best fellows, not just great fellows. We have great fellows, over 2,000 fellows in the 60 years. And I believe that the fellows that we have in the the recent programs, including the current program that's now in the United States for Southeast Asia Regional, show the really high quality that you all help us to maintain. But we continue to look for the very best. We need to continue to reinforce the concept of lifelong fellowship. And we also need to embed the idea of consequential outcomes into the Eisenhower Fellowship fabric. Now, let me say, some have interpreted this focus on the term consequential outcomes as a request to add new and additional tasks to fellows' already crowded lives, to do something for Philadelphia. That's not the idea at all. I've met hundreds of fellows, and so many have completed the phrase, "as a result of my Eisenhower Fellowship," and then they've told me the consequential things that they have done. This week we captured a number of those moments in a booklet that we have just published, 60 Years, 60 Stories. It's available on our website, efworld.org. Push the button at the bottom of the page and you will get the publication 60 Years, 60 Stories. You can download it as a PDF, or shortly you'll be able to order your own bound copy for delivery wherever you are. But what I've also discussed with many is the unique opportunity that the Eisenhower Fellowship Alumni Network offers to each fellow to complement each fellow's own skills and talents with the experiences, the advice, and the support of others. We're not saying go out, fellows, to collaborate for collaboration's sake. You're busy people. You have more than enough things to do. But imagine finding in the network support that can be a force multiplier for you in the things that you do every day. Fellows in this room have already demonstrated the vitality of cooperation across the network. Philip Yeo, Alfonso Vergara, and Hamdan Majid are all linked in their work on cities. Sumi Takaichi and Tan Shinam are partners in their Green Finance Corporation initiative, just to name two. But business ties, healthcare, science, corporate social responsibility, information technology, better practices in government, so many things, lots more. Fellows' ability to draw on the wisdom, the experience, and the resources of others in the network gives Eisenhower Fellows a special, unique advantage in the work that they do to further Dwight Eisenhower's vision of a world that is more prosperous, more just, and peaceful. I know that I said that an important feature of an Eisenhower Fellowship get-together like this is the informal conversations, and of course, the discussions that take place in the formal sessions. But I think as we go forward today and as we go forward, these events need to be more. I think this conference will be a true success if fellows and our friends here use this conference, use the next 3 days to find ways to deepen existing collaborations or to identify new areas in common where you can work together. Let me repeat something that I said last night. I urge each of you, the fellows, to continue your fellowship experience by leveraging your experiences and connections, the experience and connections that Eisenhower Fellowships offers to better the world around you. That was Ike's dream. Make it your reality. So a final word. I have visited Singapore 7 times as Eisenhower Fellowship's president and Malaysia 8 times. And probably the next time will be after my presidency ends. So I want to thank each of you Eisenhower Fellows and our friends who support opportunities like this for your enthusiastic embrace of Eisenhower Fellowships, for your dedication to advancing Ike's dream of a world more prosperous, just, and peaceful. I want to thank you, too, for your active support as the organization, as engaged participants, and as wise counselors, and as generous financial supporters. And I want to thank you, too, for that most precious of gifts, your friendship. Thank you.